So welcome to the 14th and final Hope Intervention. For now, we'll just say for now. This is a special 1-hour Hope Intervention, and we're holding it on June 19th, which is in 1865, when slaves in Texas were told that they had, surprise, been free for 2 years. So big celebration, but also huge failure in communication there. And it leads to questions about what we can do in our worlds to bring forward hope. And that's really what this is about today. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. So here's our plan today. As always, the Institute for Love and Time brings you the Hope Intervention, loveandtime.org/hope-intervention. If you want to see any of the old videos, they're all up there, or they will be all up there at the end of today. And we also thank, again, the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation for supporting this work. Let's see, there we go. So, a celebration of hope today. And our schedule is to do a meditation, contributing unconditional hope to healing. That's a 15-minute meditation that, if Dr. Shapiro isn't here, I will go ahead and do. But of course, it would be really nice if he could do it, so we'll see. And after that, we'll have a special guest, which is you. So basically, everyone who's been attending, and people on the Hope Intervention team. We'll do about 20 minutes of about 1 minute sharing per person, one or more, depending on the person. And then about 20 minutes of Q&A in the chat window about going forward. And then a chime at 55 minutes and a closing connection circle for about 5 minutes. What we want to focus on today is what we are bringing, what we are committing to bring into the world. And there's Dr. Shapiro right on cue. Thank you. And so we're going to go ahead and start with a meditation from Dr. Mike. Mike, are you live yet? I just introduced the idea of a 15-minute meditation.
That sounds good.
Cool.
Hello, everybody. All right, let's set that up. Okay, good morning. All right.
Glad you're here. Glad you made it. I was stalling for time, my friend.
Yes, technology. Technology. Okay, everyone, good morning. Let us get in the position. So, find yourself in a seated, comfortable position on your chair or your couch. And if you'd like to close your eyes, it's going to be a longer meditation, so make sure your body's comfortable. The shoulders back and down, feet on the floor or in a comfortable position on the couch or a cushion. And as a group, let's take a deep breath. Inhale and sigh. Another deep breath and sigh. So rest your mind in your body. And as the body rests on the chair, the cushion, the couch. Make any adjustments you need to the body, treating it kindly, loosening the jaw, bringing a slight smile to the lips and to the eyes. Letting the shoulders and hands rest. Let the weight of the body be fully supported by the chair, cushion, or couch. And begin to breathe slowly and deeply now, through the nose. Watch as the breath moves from the nose, throat, lungs into the belly. And back out from the belly, lungs, throat, and out the nose. Invite yourself to rest. You might say something like, "It's okay to rest." As you breathe deeply and slowly into the body, invite stillness. Invite rest into the body. So bring your attention deep into the body. Rest your awareness in the body from the inside out. Feel the sensations of the body now from the inside out. Feel the shimmering, the shaking, the vibrancy of the body. This is your body you're living in. All those sensations, radiant messages of the universe through the body. This is the feeling of being alive. And feel how the body extends beyond the skin, where the skin and air touch. That dense pocket of air around the body. Extend your body into the stillness of the room around you. Feel out the room, the corners of the room, ceiling and the floor. The room is full of radiant life. Your own radiant life extends into the room through awareness. Extend your awareness beyond the room into the home or building. hearing sounds, feeling out life beyond the room. And beyond the house or building, feeling life in the community, the environment around you, sensing sound, light, color. How nature is alive and thriving outside. Insects, birds, soil, roots of trees. All an extension of you, and you are an extension of it. How the earth itself is alive and living. The seas and the sky. How you are oxygen and water. How you are space. And now bring your attention back to the very point of breath at the tip of the nose. Shrink your attention to the spot where breath enters and exits the nose. You are both here and there, everywhere and nowhere at the same time. And now bring your attention up into the seat of the brain, looking out the window, behind the eyes. And think back on your life, bringing up times where you had peace, ease, and well-being. A time in your life or times in your life where you experienced peace, well-being, and ease. Imagine yourself then looking here now at you, radiant smile, or just a sense of well-being, looking from the past to you. There were times where it was okay. And connect with yourself with love. And swivel your attention to the future, looking forward, seeing time or times when you feel at peace, ease, and well-being. Who are you surrounded by? What are you doing? What's life look like when you're at ease? And see your future self turning back to you here. Radiant love, radiant smile, or just at ease. Knowing there too it will be okay. Listening for any messages from your future self. Sending, receiving love at once. And step back in your grand awareness now, awareness of life beyond time and space. Your past, present, and future selves all here in this very moment. All you extended in all directions. You contain all of history, all of time. You are life living itself, expansive, at ease, quiet and still. A deep breath, gentle exhale, gentle smile in the eyes, in the mouth. And without losing this embodied mindfulness, this embodied presence of love, gently opening the eyes. And welcome back.
Like, that was such a beautiful meditation and so effective that when you were muted, for some reason, I felt the urge to open my eyes, and I didn't know you were muted.
Mm-hmm.
But like, because I was in this embodied and could feel things, I was just like, I opened my eyes. Oh, you're muted. Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's good to have that quiet too, and just trust that you would open your eyes and see that I can't unmute myself.
Yeah, that was cool. Good.
Uh-huh. All right.
Right. Thanks. So, Mike, let's start with us. I think we ought to start with the Hope Intervention team.
Yeah.
And so that's you, me, Polly, and Amber is here.
Oh,
Cody couldn't be
wonderful.
here today, but that's
Okay.
almost the whole team. So,
Hey,
Polly,
Polly. Hi, Amber.
um, what do you say we just get ourselves out of the way
Mm-hmm.
in terms of modeling what it'll be like for each person.
Mm-hmm.
So what it is it's 1 minute. I'm going to unplug my headphone. No, that's going to be annoying. It's 1 minute, and I'll use the timer and I'll ding my bell to indicate you're past 1 minute if you go past 1 minute. But it's except for Polly, who's going to sing a song, which might be
Oh.
more than a minute. But basically, you can. The idea is to treat this as a moment where you commit during the next year. So we're thinking about doing another one of these next year on Juneteenth. So in the next year, what do you commit to doing? And this is a commitment to the rest of the people in the group, but also to the universe. What do you commit to doing to increase hope in your life and or other people's lives? So that's really the question. So you can cut out all the introduction, this is who I am, etc., unless it's necessary. I would focus on this is the sacred commitment I'm making. So this is the sacred commitment I'm making to create access for more people to time travel narratives so that they can increase hope in their own lives and mine too. So that's me.
It was not a whole minute for you, huh?
Someone else gets more time.
Okay, cool.
What about you, Mike?
Yeah, mine is always personal and collective. So the personal is I'm committing to practicing the long body approach and extending it beyond my life to the ancestors, working with my grandma who was in Auschwitz and grandpa who was a prisoner of war, and just extending back for them to see that there's a future within me for them too. So doing my own work when I'm facing challenge, to do the long body within my perceived time frame of life, going, I know I've been through something and I know I'll get through this now, but also extending that for my family and ancestors. And then my commitment is to teaching all of my patients, students, clients, and community also how to access this long body within themselves too. So that's my commitment for the next year. Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Mm.
So I told Polly that she'd be next, but actually I was hoping Amber could be next so that Polly could kind of close out the Hope Intervention team with a blessing, a song blessing. Amber, are you up? Let me ask to see if you're willing to unmute yourself.
Yes. Hi.
Hi.
Yeah.
Your video is off. Is that okay? Amber, it's hard to hear you. There you are.
All right. My commitment for the next year. I'm currently working to bring reentry housing to one of the most like downplayed neighborhoods in Chicago, Inglewood. And so I think for the next year, I want to kind of commit myself to not only that project, but also the continuing work on the time machine so that I can be of service and helping to provide options for people to hope and love themselves and do better.
Wonderful. That's beautiful. Thanks, Amber. Thanks for being an amazing part of this team. Polly?
For the next year, I'm committing to using multiple forms of creativity to bring hope to the world. I'd like to dedicate this song to all the DACA recipients, the aptly named dreamers, La Esperanza Vive. Let's go down to the water. Let's see what we can be. The future's waiting for us, waiting patiently. We have You've spent years now learning to swim. Push your arms through those cold, deep feelings. Send yourself love to begin. We still have hope. We still have hope. We have hope. We have hope. Move on out from the shoreline, stroke by stroke, day by day. And when you wake up one morning, you'll find you found your way. We shall have hope. We shall have hope. We shall have hope. We shall have hope. I sure hope you'll keep on hoping, hopefully we'll keep on hoping. I sure hope you'll keep on hoping, hopefully, hopefully, hopefully.
Thanks, Pauls.
Thanks, Polly.
Thanks for the blessing on the team, which includes this. Polly's the project manager for the Time Travel Narratives project. And she has been staying in the background, but she's the one who's organizing all the Eventbrite invitations and the emails that go out and the reminders that go out and making sure that all happens and keeping up to date with the newsletter, which is in addition to her other jobs of creating, making sure that this technology comes off, you know. So thank you from our team, Pauls. That was beautiful. So let's see. Who would like to go next? I think maybe the sanest thing to do is just arbitrarily click on people so we can hear. And someone in the chat window is saying, thank you. I've really appreciated the newsletters, particularly with the homework, links to sessions and more. Yes, Polly is so organized and on it. That is why that happens every week. Thank God. Thank Polly. Okay.
Polly.
So I think, yeah, I'm just gonna arbitrarily ask each person. It's not going to be arbitrary. It'll be in the order people are on my screen. I'll ask people to unmute themselves and then go ahead and make a commitment for the next year. And the rest of us just to hold those commitments. And we'll start with Tom here.
Okay, what I commit to doing in the next year? Well, I've been through a time where I've been waffling back and forth about a lot of things, and my commitment, first of all, is personal to myself, to just surrender and let go and stop the, just let go of the resistance and let myself be into the flow of my future self, and to tune into my intuitive self to get guidance about where to go every day. That's how that relates to others and hope. I feel that I have some things to teach people and they can learn from me if they're attracted to that. And I'm not sure what the mechanism of that is yet, but again, my intuitive self is going to help me along with that. And I'm just open and I'm feeling good about things. And yes, you got to keep coming back to it every day through meditation, but I commit to just letting it go and letting it happen and being the best person that I can be. Done.
Amen. That's awesome. Go, Tom. Thank you.
Thanks, Tom.
I'm so excited about today because we get to hear from everybody in their voices, you know,
Yes,
in the
right.
short window. Yeah, it's the best. David, you're next. And by the way, if you don't want me to call on you, turn off your video and I won't call on you.
Hello, everyone. I just want to say what a pleasure and honor it's been to be able to sit in on all these sessions. I just feel like the universe put me here at the right time. And so my commitment is to, continue to go back to the recordings we have and integrate and then try and embody this knowledge. And with any luck, pass it on to people in my community who are maybe struggling. And I want to say I really look forward to more work from all you wonderful love and time folk. Thank you very much.
Thanks, David.
Thanks, David. That was beautiful. Christine?
So, great synergy. I've recently initiated the process of starting a mentoring program with 2 communities of color, one close to my home, one further south. And I realized very recently that I can, it's mentoring high school seniors. It's college prep, writing prep. And I realized pretty recently that I can incorporate connecting with their future selves and addressing the future orientation gap. So that is just an amazing synergy because they're 2 ideas that just came together. So I'm thrilled about the work that's awaiting me in August. Thank you. I don't experience anything coming from really inside me. I feel it coming from the community. And I know that this too has come from the community. So thank you.
Well, and thanks for honoring the gold that is inside of you. Mike, who do you want to hear from next?
I don't have any, I don't see,
You
I
don't
only
have the
see
list?
who is just spoken. So
All right, well, it'll be a surprise.
I'd like this actually.
Okay, good.
I get to meet everyone this way. This is wonderful. I'm trying not to cry because it feels sentimental to meet all of you and hear from you.
100%.
Each one of you.
Yeah, this is my favorite thing ever. Okay. So, Felice? Not sure.
Good morning, it's Felice. And hold on. First, I want to say it's so nice to see Michael and seeing Cassie again. I met you guys at SLM.
Yes.
To see you again. Thank you so much for this whole thing. It's also exactly what I've been researching myself. I started reading a book about the science and physics of time, and I just got so interested in time and time within myself and connected to the universe. And then I found your workshop, and I agree, it's just something I feel like the world brought to me as well. What I commit to in the year ahead is being kinder to myself and being more connected to the universe as time goes on, and sharing what talent I have and what research I've been doing with the outer community, and just help bring hope and awareness and understanding in ways that I know that I can be more helpful. And that's what I commit to the future for myself. So again, thank you so much. And I too look forward to what you continue to bring out. And I'm interested in maybe being a part of your study. So I will kind of connect with you about that as time goes on. So thank you so much.
Good to
Thank
see
you,
you again.
Felice.
Too. Oh, excuse me. Yeah.
Awesome. Sue?
Hello, and thank you so much. This has been
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Is Sue frozen for you?
I think yes, she is.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and come back to Sue.
Maybe we can write her a note. I'll write her a little.
Can you write her a little note?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Oh, I'm not a host, so I
Looking
can't
at it.
actually get there. Oh,
Sue, you got frozen. Can we try that again?
okay. Are we back?
yes,
Yeah.
there you are.
Yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, this is just a new way of looking at things for me. So I will commit to going back and look forward to going through the past 14 weeks and meditations again, and then really committing to reaching out to my my family, my community, particularly at this time focusing on social justice and equity, and how can I radiate my spirit of hope to the rest of my community, not only in action, but just in pure spirit. So thank you. This has been wonderful.
Thank you, Sue.
Yeah, thank you, Sue. That's beautiful. And we have our last team member who couldn't make it earlier, but has just appeared. So let's hear from Curry. Curry, are you there? Have you just joined?
Yes, I should. Oh, my webcam.
There you are. Yeah,
Come
we're
on,
each
it
talking about in the next year what we commit, not to put you on the spot after you just arrived, but we're talking about in the next year what we commit to doing to bring hope to ourselves and others, and or others. Are you up for doing that now, or do you want to wait to get a sense of what other people are doing before you do it?
I can go ahead. So let's see. In the next year, I'm definitely committed to being more myself, truly expressing who I am and allowing me to feel comfortable in my own skin. Because in the past, I haven't been doing that. I haven't been true to myself as much. So that's one thing I'm committed to. And then with that, just with that, allowing other people to be themselves around me, being open, inviting, being, accepting and open-minded of others, and not having these preconceptions and just prejudices and all that. I'm trying to check myself on those fronts and allow myself to be free and those around me to be free. So that's what I'm committed on this year.
Beautiful. Freedom.
Thank you.
Good.
Yeah,
That
inspiring.
Thanks for being part of this great team.
Thanks for having me. I love it here.
We love you here. Okay, wonderful. So, Dan, would you mind stepping up here?
You got me?
We got you.
Hello to all. Wow, in the next year. First of all, thank you to those who've made this happen. It's really good to see other people who are taking these ideas seriously, thinking about time I've connected with my future self for many years, but I didn't know who it was as I was doing it. And it helps to have a context of people, I don't know, smart, good people taking this stuff seriously and playing with it and whatever. So my commitment is just to continue doing my work as best I can, as an artist, as a scientist, and being light enough on my feet, I guess as a citizen as well, being light enough on my feet to do it with, I don't know, good spirit, and keep the long view with me, with us, and we get through this tight spot, and that's it. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you. I hope, I know that that will help us get through this tight spot, Dan. Thank you. Zenka.
Hey everyone. So I'm so grateful to be here and be part of this group. I think that the world is going to be entering a roller coaster, right? We all can see it now, and I think it's going to get worse for the next 2 years as we disassemble. So I think my commitment is really to make sure that we have people, smart people, building what we want to create for the kind of the new ways of doing things. And I think, as Polly said, you know, instilling that hope in people is so important, because especially when we're going to be going through some tumultuous times. And I really learned a lot from Julia and Tom about this kind of letting go and being in the moment, especially when things change. You kind of have to go with your intuition and be able to flow with things. And yeah, I commit to putting my heart into building my work, which is a decentralized research platform. And I think that the end goal of that really, once we get a lot of things going, is to research time. It's been a fascination of mine since I was 7, and I feel like no one person can really crack the code of that. It's going to have to be all of us coming together. So I appreciate the work of Julia, because love and time, there's nothing really more interesting.
Thank you, Zenka. And thanks for reinforcing for me that no one person can crack that code. Sometimes I get alone in my room and I'm analyzing data and I think, I can't figure it out. And then it's like, right, because it's not up to me. So up next, Wolfram.
Greetings.
Hello.
Thank you for offering such a wonderful way to connect with the world right now. I'm committing to receiving and radiating epic amounts of love and evolving in community with other conscious, mindful, and kind people.
Awesome. By the way, Wolfram is the chair of the board for the Institute for Love and Time. Thanks for being here, Wolfram, and for your amazing work.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for radiating love. It's good.
Yeah, I can feel it. And who is this guy, Ed Walbridge? Let's have him go next. By the way, he's my dad.
Yes, I can sense that. Who's this guy?
Well, I'm Julia's father, and I'm very proud of her. I just, I'm afraid I haven't kept up with you all because of other distractions here. But I'm very impressed with you people. I mean, whatever you're doing, I'm not quite clear, but it's clearly a good thing and very nourishing to you all and indirectly to me. So I appreciate what you all are doing, and I thank you.
And what's your commitment for the next year, Dad, to bring hope into the world for yourself and others?
Commitment for the next year.
Yeah, not to put you on the spot, but I'm going to put you on the spot.
Yeah, well, that's a wonderful question. I'm concerned about accidental nuclear war, about global warming. I like to use my background in physics to promote awareness of those threats and possible solutions or steps towards solutions for dealing with those threats.
Thank you. That sounds like an important pursuit. Thanks, Dad.
And I want to support my two daughters who are, I think, are wonderful in making a great contribution to the world.
Thanks, Dad. Also that. Okay, Max, are you up?
I'm up. So yeah, I just want to thank you for this experience. It's been really great to participate in this. So I've spent a lot of time reading and studying about time and other subjects like that. So it's really great to do this from a more emotional perspective. And you know, it's good to get out of your head once in a while. And I think, you know, I want to commit to continue to do the practice and hopefully use that to radiate that kind of energy out into the universe and the people around me. It's been a really great adventure. So I want to continue that. Thank you.
Thanks for being on board with the adventure there, Max. Mike, how you holding up? You still crying?
No, I'm fine. Thank you.
I'm crying.
Always crying though.
I know. Me too. Pam, would you mind sharing with us?
Sure. So thank you everyone for sharing your things. Honestly, the thing that come to mind, and I think actually this is probably valid to share, is for the next year, I'm gonna survive. That's like my baseline goal. And I think that's, for me, especially how I'm feeling right now, that's enough. And continuing, I really do appreciate how this practice has extended in being like having this tool to add to my meditation toolkit. And so continuing my meditation practice as one of those survival tools.
Thanks for sharing that vulnerable and beautiful sentiment.
Yeah. And it's more than enough to survive. And that's in order to get through so that you can bring your gold to the world, you have to first survive. So amen to that. Agnes, are you willing to go next?
Thank you. So this has been very enlightening for me because I really never thought about the future self, and especially integrating it into my therapy, working with people, because I think we need to see what we want for our future. So that I'm going to learn more about that and integrate it into my work so I could help people. And I want to continue to be there for my family, my son, my daughter, her children. They're very, very important to me. And I want to be there to support them in a maybe future-oriented way if I can integrate that into myself. And so I want to thank you. I want to thank Michael, and I want to thank you and everyone for teaching me these things that are I realize they're very important. And the other thing I was thinking of at time, somebody talked about time, and that the time and space, how they work together. And maybe it's part of us too, that because we're made of the universe. And so maybe that is related to who we are. So I'm going to look into that too. So thank you.
Thanks,
I love
Mom.
that.
Love you.
Is that your mom?
That's my mom.
Oh, you didn't tell us. That's awesome. Thank you, Agnes, for being Mike's mom and being so supportive. And
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ma. Love you.
I love you too.
Wow. Parents. There's something, huh? Speaking of parents, my mom has her video off. I'm going to ask her if she wants to unmute herself or if her video is off on purpose. Mom?
Hi, I think it's on now.
Wait, both of my moms are here. Karen, can you scooch over so that we can see you in the frame?
Oh, okay.
All right. So your commitments for the next year, my friends, bringing hope to yourselves and others. You're each allowed to have a minute because you're two different people, even though you're sharing the same camera.
I'll go first. I realized that a voice came up in me that said that what I have to try to deal with is having hope in spite of risking disappointment. So, and I think I've been doing it all my life. I think I've lived on hope my whole life. And yes, there is disappointment. But I think hope is like some sort of vital, nourishing. I haven't looked at it as a force, but I think it is. I think it is. I remember Obama, I thought, well, he should choose something more powerful than hope, you know, for like a mantra. But hope, like love, is an actual force in the universe. And I've been fortunate to have it, I think, my whole life, and to sob and mourn over the disappointments, and yet still to have hope. So to hear you make a whole webinar based on the importance of hope is really fantastic. It's really reinforcing, and you've always been about the power of forces that we can't necessarily see. And I think of the Bible verse, you know, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. And that's where you live, Julia. I have faith in you, and I have some faith in myself at this point in my life, and I'm very grateful for those things. So thank you for talking about hope as a vital force, and I hope to propagate it in myself and others.
Wow, Mom. Someday I hope to live up to you. Karen, can you switch the camera down so we can see your full face? There you go. There you go. There you go.
Well, I have not been able to attend these sessions because, except for a couple that I got off of YouTube, because I was teaching a class during the time that it was going on. But, oh God, when I start to talk about hope, and my future self, I get that the enemy is within. And my commitment is to somehow detoxify the external world. I don't know that I'm making much sense, but I haven't.
You are, Karen, you are.
All right, I haven't got this figured out yet, but I get that my future self, that the enemy of my future self is my current self, and that I want to be able
to be there for my future self. So
Wow.
that's all I have to say, and it doesn't make much sense. But I really am touched by what you're doing. And I get that the hope that I need to have is for the critic that is within to kind of relax, and that the danger is inside, not outside. Okay, that's it.
Karen, that made beautiful sense.
Yeah.
Beautiful sense. Befriending your future self.
Yeah.
And letting your future self love you into that place that you're longing to be, past the critic.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. So you can be a real girl.
Yeah, this is the work we're all doing. This is why it's in the body, not in the head, because it's actually a felt experience for all of us. That's what Julie and I wanted to offer, is an embodied experience of love that our future self has for us right now, no matter what state we're in right now. And that we have for our past selves who have been through so much, that we can love them just as equally as we're loved from our, this is the real work we're all doing. Thank you so much, everybody.
Yeah. All right, Mike. It looks like there's one more person here, but who doesn't want us to call on her because she has her video off. Please change your video to on if I'm misreading that. Otherwise, oh, look, you're changing your video to on. Great. We're going to hear from TW.
Okay, I don't know why I'm invisible.
You're Machu Picchu. It's amazing.
Speak to us
you are
from the
so
mountain.
Powerful. Oh my gosh.
From the mountain. I wasn't going to say anything, but I don't want to be the only one who doesn't say anything, especially after that. That was so lovely hearing from your parents and everything. It just touches my heart. And I was kind of lurking because I haven't been able to watch a lot of these yet, but I commit to catching up. Because I do think this is so important now more than ever. I think there's so much that we owe to ourselves and to the people that we love to share it with. And that's what I commit to doing, is once I get myself caught up, to share it. I have been sharing some of the meditations and they're lovely. They're so wonderful. And so that was a piece I was able to pick up and share. And once I get caught up myself, then I will share more of it. Thank you so much, all of you.
Thank you, TW. So we didn't have to ding the dinger on anyone, but at the same time, we had more people than we thought. So we're not doing the Q&A. I am because I'm a time stickler, I'm very aware that we're at our committed 1 hour. I would like to ask permission to go over 2 minutes and this permission is largely from myself, but if everyone else could also give permission, if you have to leave, then you leave. But let's do a brief closing circle. Just a brief close your eyes and imagine linking hands. After this, if you want to, even anyone watching this video, if you want to be part of the Hope Intervention team, which includes everyone you just heard from, who's interested in being on the team, the extended Hope Intervention team, you could just go to loveandtime.org, go to the Contact Us page, and send an email, and we'll put you on a group email list so that we could all, whoever wants to in this group or outside of this group who sees these videos and is touched by them, you can become part of that group. And whoever wants to use that to support each other and cheerlead over the next year for our efforts, that's great. So we'll just do it that way. But let's go ahead now and close our eyes, and we'll imagine linking hands with these beautiful people who have showed us, or have shown us, I guess, part of themselves, and the part of themselves that's most vulnerable, that's really willing to commit to hope, which, as a great woman once said, mom, is a force. It's a real force, and love, a real force. Over time, which is another real force. And let's put, Mike, what are we putting in the center of our circle?
Oh, I see something radiant, some light that's connected to each of us like spokes at the hub of light. And just imagine the whole world in our communities held in that light. Communities who suffer, people who suffer, our ancestors and our future descendants in the middle, so that we as a circle are holding the world like Indra's web.
Thank you. Thank you to everyone here. Thank you to love.
Thanks, everybody. Really, really deeply appreciate being with all of you throughout this process. Stay connected, and please share this with the world. Let's serve. Just serve everyone you meet. Those on the street without homes, just radiate this toward them. People you buy food from, radiate this toward them, toward yourself, toward them, just through the eyes and presence of love. That can be our gift to the world. Bye, everyone.
Thanks so much, love.